Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Chris Matheny. I'm the Chief Academic Officer at Fox Valley Technical College. It is my great pleasure to welcome you here this afternoon to what we think is going to be a historic event. It is great to see so many of our public safety community here with us today, and I really want to thank you for that. I've heard many comments on the weather. Whoever ordered up the weather, thank you for that. And on behalf of Fox Valley Technical College and the Allegheny County Regional Airport, it is my pleasure to welcome you all to our groundbreaking event this afternoon for the Public Safety Training Center. We are delighted that you could join us today. What's that, Teresa? Okay. Unfortunately, folks, I think we're going to have to delay our program start just a bit. Teresa and I have been looking for Dr. May and Dr. Robinson, and since they're the next speakers on the podium, don't think we can continue without them. Has anybody seen Dr. May? Dr. Robinson? Well, we may have a little more delay than I expected. Stay calm. Marty, do you know what's happening here? Well, hold tight, folks. We'll get started just as soon as we can. You might get a little wet. Well, I am really glad to see the two of you. It is my pleasure to introduce to you and welcome our next speaker to the podium, Dr. Susan May.
Well, that was quite a ride. Welcome to all of you as friends of Fox Valley Technical College. We are delighted to have you here as our guests this afternoon. And this is going to be truly an amazing moment that we all share today, the groundbreaking for our Public Safety Training Center. The Public Safety Training Center was really the centerpiece project in our public referendum last April. And thanks to the tremendous support from our public safety partners and the community, we now stand here today ready to break ground for the betterment of this region. This project is all about preparing future public safety personnel to serve our communities, firefighters, law enforcement officers, paramedics, and EMTs, as well as the continuous skill development of current public safety personnel. Fox Valley Technical College has built a solid national reputation in its work in areas such as child protection, internet crimes against children, and tribal law enforcement. This new facility, unlike anything that exists in our nation, and I'm guessing undoubtedly the world, has the potential to become the benchmark in public safety tactical training, not only for our local communities, but certainly in the Midwest and nationally. Continuing education in the public safety sector is not only necessary, but it's vital to the effective protection and service in our communities. The college holds hundreds of training sessions annually in areas like confined space rescue, forensic evidence collection, criminal investigation, emergency vehicle operation, and officer-involved shootings, just to name a few. This center will provide practitioners with a state-of-the-art outdoor tactical training environment for all of the key elements of public safety in a post-9/11 era. This facility also will certainly be a boost to our region's economy. from the construction of the facility itself, which will occur over the course of the next few years, but on an ongoing basis once the facility is completed. Many of our offerings in these disciplines attract trainees from a wide geographic radius. And when people visit here for conferences and training exercises, many of our local merchants, hotels, restaurants, and others benefit because money is being spent right here in our community. Thank you again to everyone for your wonderful support for what will be undoubtedly an incredible facility. And also thank you for joining us today.
Today, we're proud to break ground for the Fox Valley Technical College Public Safety Training Center, a facility that promises to pay dividends not only to those whose careers it will foster, but to the community at large. The airport is a portal, a gateway to our Commonwealth. It's the point where industrial, commercial, cultural, and popular interests first engage here in the Fox cities. It makes a first impression on our behalf, and so it plays an important role to the development of our economy and our way of life. In this respect, we are especially excited about the strategic value of this new facility. Every year, approximately 12,000 firefighters and first responders come through our airport and our community. They buy fire trucks from Pierce, they stay in our hotels, dine in our restaurants, and shop at our stores. By adding a new position point for fire and first responder training to our fire truck and fire apparatus manufacturing, we leverage a comparative economic advantage, an economic advantage that few other communities can compete with, and create a magnet for fire and first responders and trainers from every corner of the country. As a result of this project, we expect that number of firefighters and first responders to increase, multiplying the economic impact across the spectrum, from College Avenue to Wisconsin Avenue, from Neenah to Kaukauna, Little Chute to Hortonville, and all points in between. Today's announcement is not just good news for Fox Valley Tech and the airport, it's great news for the entire region.
Of course, we would not be standing here if it weren't for the support of college leadership and the Board of Trustees. Under the direction of Dr. May, with guidance from our board, a much-needed public referendum was put on the ballot last April. And thanks to the support of our community and through many advocacy-based efforts from the Friends Group, the referendum passed, enabling us to address key issues in public safety training. We are so grateful to our district voters. It's not often that people vote themselves a tax increase, especially by a 2-to-1 margin. One last collective group of partners to thank is our regional leaders and practitioners in police, fire, and emergency medical response. The college has built robust relationships with area public safety officials who all value the role we play in continuing education. There is no way we would have experienced the level of support we did during the referendum on this flagship project without the voices of those who are out in the field, day in and day out, and night in and night out, protecting and serving our communities. It's important to remember that the Public Safety Training Center is not just about training the next generation of police officers, forensic investigators, firefighters, and paramedics. It's also about the need for continuing education in these professions. Moreover, in a post-9/11 era, we need these disciplines to train together in an integrated format to ensure top-level response to emergencies. This new center is a model for meeting those objectives. Back in 2006, the college started with needs assessments directed at district fire and later law enforcement agencies. The results showed that even then, the need was strong for more and better training facilities. During 2008, a small group of us traveled to visit a few of the top training centers around the country. What we found was that there were terrific law enforcement training centers, terrific fire training centers, and terrific EMS training centers, but none offered all disciplines in one place. That's what makes this public safety training center unique in the state and maybe even in the nation. In one location, we will be able to train police, structure and wildland firefighters, forensic science technicians, telecommunicators, and emergency medical technicians at all levels.
One of the goals that we're looking for as law enforcement and the Public Safety Center is for everybody to learn together. And I think that's where some of the learning curve comes in from us as instructors as well, is to learn to work together between the different disciplines and how we can assist not only entry-level law enforcement, fire, and EMS, but also work with the current law enforcement staff in order to address the needs that the communities have as we as a profession evolve, as we as a public safety group evolve, and as the community needs continue to grow.
Within the emergency services and emergency responders, there aren't calls that go on that we don't respond together. If we have a heart attack, who shows up? Police, fire, EMS. Vehicle crash, police, fire, EMS. And a structure or wildland fire, you guessed it, police, fire, EMS. This full facility will allow all of us to train together. If we're expected to respond together, then we should be training together. This new public safety training center will have a multi-training scenarios in our disaster village. We can simulate things such as a bus and a train. We can simulate the now too common active shooter. And not only can we have emergency responders here trained together, but there's another piece in the puzzle. The Health Simulation Technology Center being built on the main campus. We can actually transport simulated victims from here and take them into a simulated emergency room and further that cooperative learning.